Hi, and welcome to Denmark, to the west coast, to the Kaj Munk Museum. Born in 1898, Kaj Munk was a priest and a successful journalist and playwright. But like many others in the 1920s and 30s, Kaj Munk became fascinated by the idea of a strong leader, especially Mussolini in Italy, but also Hitler. But as the 1930s went on, Kaj Munk could no longer follow them. And when Denmark was occupied in April 1940, he became one of the most outspoken critics of the occupying powers. But his words came with a price, and on the 4th of January 1944, Kaj Munk was taken from his home, from his wife and children, and assassinated. The occupying powers wanted to silence him. Instead, his voice only became louder, and Kaj Munk became a symbol of the resistance. In the summer of 2024, a new exhibition opened here at the Kaj Munk Museum. The exhibition focuses on the day Kaj Munk was taken by the Nazis. When we and our partners at Tinker Imagineers were trying to come up with an exhibition idea for the Kaj Munk Museum, we wanted the exhibition to feel a bit like Kaj Munk, or at least like something from his time. Kaj Munk was one of the greatest playwrights of his time. So one of our first thoughts was to have each room be a stage. But as the ideas kept evolving, we landed on the idea of a radio play. The radio played such a large role in the 1930s and 1940s, and by making a radio play we could take our visitors by the hand and invite them to walk through Kaj Munk's story through living tapestries and soundscapes. As the visitors walk through the rooms, it increasingly gets darker, both as the story unfolds and as the day turns to night, until we are standing in the last room, in the last minutes before Kaj Munk was taken from his family. It is a dark story with a dark outcome, but it is as important as ever to tell the story of resistance, and equally as important to tell that you always get to change your mind, to stand up for what you believe in, even though it may cost you everything in the end. To us, this message is especially important to teach younger generations. That's why our team of education regularly invites the older school children to a course about Kaj Munk and talks about democracy, freedom of speech, and the importance of these things in their lives. That way, the world can be put into perspective and thoughts can be set in motion. A key point to our whole museum running is the help of our many volunteers. The volunteers help with a broad variety of things, such as window cleaning, gardening, and maintaining Kaj Munk's old fort he purchased in 1931 that the volunteers make sure keeps running and looks good for the visitors. They also help keeping Kaj Munk's memory and spirit alive by organizing various events for visitors. Kaj Munk's story is as important as ever, and at the museum we see it as a key task to make sure we tell the story in a way that continues to draw an audience and initiates conversations between young and old. We really hope to succeed with this if you ever visit the west coast of Denmark and decide to stop by.